Paolo von Schirach is the president of the Global Policy Institute and joins me now from Washington, D.C. Paolo, good to have you on this program. Now, over the course of the last few hours, we've heard from the leaders of some of the world's most powerful countries, and really they haven't said anything new, unlike anything that they've said over the last few weeks when they've been talking about this issue. So lots of talks, but do you feel that we've got sort of any concrete way forward?
It's not clear because oddly enough, this is a bizarre situation that it looks like Mr. Putin holds all the cards in the sense that he's got, this massive array of what looks like to everybody as an invasion force right at the border of Ukraine, both on Russian territory and on Belarus territory. Arguably, those forces could reach Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, in a matter of hours, should they want to do so. But of course, he says that these are just irregular maneuvers. There's nothing to worry about. That Russia harbors no intentions to do harm to anybody. Who knows what's really in Mr. Putin's head? That said, the West, led by the United States, is trying to create what looks like a credible deterrent. Meaning, if you do this, Putin, we are going to do this to you. And what is this? Major economic sanctions that would cripple the Russian economy, that would exclude Russia from the international financial payment systems, that would essentially destroy, one thinks, the Russian economy. On the other hand, the Europeans in particular know very well that Russia has plenty of counter moves in its arsenals, and that is to cut energy supplies to Europe. Germany in particular, and we're talking about the visit by the German Chancellor to Washington today, depends on Russian supply of its own natural gas for about 50% of its needs. That's an enormous amount that cannot be replaced by other sources. So there we go. Lots of uncertainties. Will Russia attack? Yes or no? Would sanction work? Yes or no? And if they do, will there be a united front, with the United States and Europe standing side by side?
Yeah, so a lot of uncertainties, a lot that all sides have to weigh up in this situation. But do you think we're actually going to see a Russian invasion of Ukraine, especially at the level at which the U.S. is so concerned about? Because right now, like you even said, it doesn't even seem like Vladimir Putin knows what he will finally do.
Well, look, if the Russians do what they seem to be capable of doing, so there's a distinction between capability and will. But if they do this, this will be the major, the most significant conflict in Europe since World War II. Imagine that. Nothing on this scale has ever happened in Europe, including, smaller conflicts, wars in the former Yugoslavia, Bosnia, Kosovo. We remember all of those, but nothing on this scale. So this would be a tremendous hit to world order, the sense that, international borders should be preserved and all that. So can Russia absorb the consequences of such a move? Will there be real retaliations globally? Yes or no? This is really a completely bizarre situation, which, again, a crisis manufactured out of nothing by Mr. Putin, who claims now that Russia is surrounded by a hostile NATO that is about to jump at its throat, which on the face of it, it's rather improbable because NATO doesn't have the will to do so. And secondly, doesn't have the military power to stage a major invasion of Russia. And the notion that some East European countries have joined NATO and therefore have pushed the NATO boundaries, if you wish, closer to Russia is not in itself an indication of hostile intentions. But this is exactly how the Russians interpret this. And this is what they say every day.
Yeah, and of course, NATO set up more as a defense alliance, not one looking to attack. Paolo, really appreciate your great analysis on this. Thank you so much.